Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Welcome to another episode of the Council of Six, a weekly Dungeons & Dragons game fraught with all the drama and peril that'll take your breath and steal your mind. My name is Jay Lungaro, your DM for the night, and our current campaign is a story loosely based on my fantasy novel, Souls of Magic's Dawn, a homebrew built on D&D Beyond that we play on the Foundry VTT. But without any further ado, are you ready to leave all that's real behind? Because there's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go to the Council of Six? And we're back for another episode. Council of Six, Souls of Magic's Dawn. We are in the end game. So you guys are going further and further.
May or may not need to kill a pregnant person. Not sure yet.
Oh,
Undecided.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And here we go right off the bat getting canceled.
Wow.
Maybe this is why the other party doesn't want to live stream.
Yeah, but the thing, they can circumvent that issue just by the people in the room. So.
Yeah, that's true. But what if we do a crossover episode? You know what I mean? Like, speaking of which,
I mean,
what about
I'm always here.
We need to do a crossover episode still with the other group. Anyway.
Yeah, we absolutely still do.
Yeah, I know, but it's trying to find
I know scheduling is definitely obviously the tough.
scheduling and I have to build. I just literally oh by the way, I can use the same one for you guys if you want. On the 20th for my other campaign, I'm doing a holiday with their characters one shot.
Ooh.
So it's like taking them out of stories and it's kind of a funny little
Let's see
holiday,
where we get
holiday
to and
themed one. I
decided we want to do it on the
same thing with you
23rd or
guys.
the 30th.
The only thing, the only thing with it is I have to I designed it for their level. You guys are obviously way higher, so I have to change. Yeah, but it's kind of a Yuletide Knives Out funny kind of little fucking
cool.
one shot.
Like a mystery. Cool, yeah.
Yes, it is literally a mystery.
If we're at the castle, that'll be perfect.
One
no,
thing,
you guys would be somehow again.
Sitting.
This is when you suspend disbelief and you're like, hey, we're gonna stop in the middle of the world being ended and travel all the way back down to Icewind Dale. And go to Frostmere Manor because we got an invitation because Bremen is having a holiday festival. So we decided to take a break, go down there, and it's going to be mystery at Frostmere Manor.
Oh, you know what? We weren't all together.
Here, I have the cover that I did it. I'll put it.
No, we were not.
There.
No.
Otherwise, it could be like, well, this happened during this time.
There you go.
No,
No, this is not a flashback. This is we are all going over there.
I actually packaged this one shot in a PDF, so I could actually like sell it or something if I want to.
Put it on like Indiegogo or something,
or DM's Guild. That's like the big one. DM's Guild is where is yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, mystery at Frostmere Manor. It's a murder mystery at this mansion. Clue. I mean, I don't want to say, it's like Clue. I mean, I could say it's like Clue because Knives Out is literally Clue in movie form.
Yeah.
That's all Knives Out is.
Yeah, it's Ryan Johnson's Clue.
Yeah.
Yes. Literally.
So.
Can we do the one shot? Like, do we have to do it like with our parties, or can we pick any of our favorite characters to do the one shot?
No,
I'm with them. With them, I'm doing it with their characters. If you guys want to make new characters, and just make them level 4 or 5.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely.
We can do that. Yeah. You just make them like level. You can make level 4 characters.
Yeah.
I adore Tiny, so I would like to play as Tiny, and I could just make her a level 4.
Yeah. You could do that.
FYI, I won't be free on the 20th or the 30th.
Oh. So we're not playing at all on the okay. Oh.
Well,
the
no,
20th is
no,
the Saturday.
Tuesday.
Oh, the
Tuesday is the 23rd and the
Third.
30th.
Yeah.
So you're
I know,
saying you
I'm
won't
saying
be here on
I
the 30th?
won't be here for the 30th. My family Christmas is on the 30th.
Okay.
So no session on the 30th, or are we gonna play without?
Yeah. So I guess we can.
Yeah,
skip
no, it's-
the 30th
Okay.
if you want.
Okay.
That works.
But we
If it
can.
was
We can
anybody
do the
else, I'm sure
23rd.
Yeah.
We
let's
can do the
the
23rd. That's literally 2 days before Christmas. So
Yeah. Be perfect.
I'll be free. I'm sure.
Yeah.
but
that's 2 weeks from now.
that's
I'll
So
prefer to do that.
Callie, what was that sound about?
all right, then there you go, guys. So
Kelly made a noise.
make 4th level characters. If you want to use your same character, you can just make a 4th level version of it, or just make a new one, or whatever you want to do. I don't care as long as they're just like 4th level.
You do it on the 23rd.
Yep.
Okay.
Why? Why?
No reason. Nothing
No,
to worry
it was just very. Your face was like very like oh like what? It's just a 4th level character. What's
no,
so?
What kind of character is he making? Let's find. We'll find
Yeah.
out in 2 weeks. Dun,
It's just a
dun,
4th level
dun.
character. So that means we'll just play the same Forge server. I'll just make maps for it. I'll just put the maps for it on there. And then import your other new characters in there for temporarily, and we'll go from there.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
just keep in mind this: your characters don't have to know each other, or you could be all friends. It's just easier if you all know each other, because none of y'all are suspects. So you have to keep that in mind. All the NPCs are suspects, so you guys can't be suspecting each other.
Okay.
That's what you think.
Damn.
Good
You're not gonna like
the
send us
module
cards.
is not designed for that.
You're not gonna send us cards.
It's
in
designed for I designed it for an existing party. Like this is their party, like their characters in Frost Maiden going to a Christmas party. So it's just so it'd be like your Souls of Magic's Dawn characters going to a Christmas party. But if you're making new characters, that's fine. Just they know each other or something. So
they know or something.
Yeah.
I love it.
whatever.
Or
They're friends,
something.
they're frenemies, whatever the case is. But yeah. All right. So I guess we can get ready to get started going here and give you guys do a little recap from last week. So our heroic party spent 5 days hiking through the evening lands to find Isadora, only to discover she'd gone full villain arc and rebranded herself as the Darkstorm, complete with a pregnancy reveal, a personal orc army, and enough dramatic lightning effects to make Thor jealous. Apparently, why is my phone got to ring right now? Apparently,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it was just a stupid robocalls garbage.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me start this again. Our heroic party spent 5 days hiking through the evening lands to find Isadora, only to discover she'd gone full villain arc and rebranded herself as the Dark Storm, complete with a pregnancy reveal, a personal orc army, and enough dramatic lightning effects to make Thor jealous. Apparently, while they were busy doing side quests, Isadora decided that the god of chaos and destruction actually makes some excellent points about workplace liberation, got spiritually adopted by 500 disciplined orcs, and is now planning a month-long march to her husband's castle because nothing sells less talk about a relationship like showing up with an invading army. The party tried everything to talk her down, philosophical debates about order versus chaos, revealing that her adoptive father is actually her real father, a half-god situation she absolutely refused to believe, and Hope literally admitting she wants to murder the deities Isadora now besties with. When all their persuasion checks failed spectacularly, they texted Azrael and Gideon for advice, like teenagers asking their parents what to do about their friends' bad life choices. Azrael cryptically knew about the pregnancy somehow and told them to babysit Isadora, while Gideon sent back the fantasy equivalent of "My love can fix her, please just bring her home." So now the party is committed. That is the perfect
Absolutely.
golden retriever husband thing of Gideon. "My love can fix her, please bring her home."
Please bring her home.
It's fucking Prince
So now the
Charming.
party has committed to a month-long road trip with 500 orcs, a pregnant chaos mage, and absolutely zero plans beyond maybe this will work out, which honestly tracks perfectly with their decision-making history.
Yeah.
I'm doing something real quick. I'm rolling
Yeah.
to see how good my
Fuck
loot
you,
performances are
ChatGPT.
throughout the trip. Let's see.
Well, Hold
This is
on.
This is gonna be the whole performance, the whole trip. How good we go. Hey, that's good. That's very
That's not
good.
bad. And that is
That's
not
very
on
good
Chat
stuff.
GPT. Thank you very much.
No, that's on that DM or whatever.
GM assistant.
There it is. There
Okay.
it is. Thank you. GM
GM
I
assistant.
knew it was. I knew it started with a G and it had something to do with D&D.
GM
Listen,
assistant.
Our decision making has
Or
been
it had an
impeccable
M in
and
it.
flawless. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Flawless
Right, sure.
victory.
Anyway.
Lunga, I want
Yeah.
you to know that Spencer and I already have character concepts made for the
Hey, whatever. That's cool.
Totally not plotting.
I'm fine with that. I am absolutely a-okay with that.
He's
I don't know
okie
what
dokie.
the hell this is.
Well,
He is
right.
okie dokie, folks.
So, you guys were here at the Green Orc camp. It was the night before you guys were spending the night. Was there any other discussing you guys were going to do before we go to the next morning?
No, I think we're too tired for all of that. Most of our discussion had to do with if we were going or not. So
Well, yeah, if we should like stop her, travel ahead of her, or get in the way, because we didn't want to be a part of her group. It's just not a good look. She, pregnant or not, she's a bad look all around, at least for us.
yeah.
This is fucking high school.
Yes.
apparently.
You
I can
can't
play
hang
a
around
mean
with
girl.
her.
I'm okay with that.
Like how red.
All right, so you guys are gonna said you're gonna go to sleep, and we're gonna advance to the next morning.
Do we need a long rest? Have we done anything? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Well, go ahead. You can go ahead and take your rests if you need to. That's fine.
For some reason, Foundry is not loading for me. That's fine. Keep going. I'll keep trying.
Well, just refresh it
Yep.
until it loads.
That's the plan.
All right, so it's the next morning, and when you guys are climbing out of your tents, the camp has already been a bustle of activity since before the sun came up, as you see that most of the tents are being pulled down already, except for those that are staying behind. They've packed wagons that are ready to roll out with the 500 orc contingency that is coming with you northbound on the King's March towards Castle Pass, which is, we said, was about a 500-mile trek, so it's going to take about a month to make this journey, especially with a laden army with wagons and stuff, supply wagons, to make it up there. And we will
Might as well
head on over
do it just in case.
to another map.
Oh yeah, I had magic slots I needed filled. All right, look at that.
And so you guys are given horses, so you don't have to walk.
I rode into town on a horse with no name.
Pretty much.
Unless you want to name it.
Oh, what did it do?
I wanted to get out of the rain. It's not raining, so we don't have to get out of the rain right now.
Oh, well, it is. It actually is raining.
Oh,
It's
it is
still
raining.
drizzling.
Actually, you're right. It's
Yeah,
drizzling.
yeah.
Look at that.
It's just it's a drizzly kind of gray day. Of the next morning, as you guys are getting up, and as I said, the camp, breaks with surprising order. Tents collapse in coordinated waves. Supply wagons roll into formation, and the Green Claw warriors assemble in disciplined columns. This is no raiding horde. This is an army on the march. Isadora sits at the head on her horse, dressed now in traveling robes of black and green, her staff in hand, as the column starts to move as she starts going with Egharad. Egharad flanking her. You see Isadora look back towards Evanfall, the captured city, quiet on the horizon. And for a moment, you can see doubt flickers across her face. But then she turns north, towards Castle Pass, towards Gideon, and the doubt hardens into resolve. So what you guys hear is there is approximately 500 orcs marching in formation. They have supply wagons carrying food. Some have weapons, and surprisingly, you'll even notice some of these wagons carrying medical supplies. Orcish shamans are chanting prayers to Leto, their voices rising like thunder through the march.
How unpleasant.
And Isadora's just on, casually marching at her horse with Egharad next to her, conferring with him. After a moment, she kind of sees you guys, a little bit behind, and she waves you forward. And you can kind of hear her through the din saying, "Walk with me. I want you to see what we're trying to build."
Random question. In these, quote, prayers, how often are they saying Leto's name? Because Talos kind of gets a...
Well, their prayers to Leto. I mean, like I said before, orcs, even before this conflict started, I mean, Leto has been a god, obviously, since the beginning of time. And orcs have traditionally always been followers of Leto.
And we don't like being around orcs usually, so,
Well, no.
Yeah, Kelly will go and stand by her side or maneuver her horse up there. Meg, just let you move me the whole time because this is ridiculous.
All right, we'll do that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, she's just pretty much going to stick
Everybody
to
say
her,
wayo.
Isadora.
Wayo. Sorry.
I gotta rotate you guys. It's making your... I gotta fix that. I'll fix it. It's fixed on the other maps. It just wasn't fixed on this one.
Barrick rides up
we
beside
can do
Callie
that.
and does a kickflip.
Didn't you know, Talos does the same, doesn't you know my nickname was Tony Hawk when I was younger?
There you go. So yours is fixed. I will fix everybody else here shortly. But what were you saying, Callie, to Isadora?
She's what am I saying?
Yeah, you were in the middle of talking before Barrick mentioned how his horse is backwards.
Oh, she'll stick to Isadora's side pretty much as she can.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were going to speak to her or something.
No, show me. It's basically what she'll say. Show me what you see.
And she kind of rears her horse, kind of a sideways prance with it, and then gallops a little bit ahead and has you follow her up, so you guys are ahead of the column, so you can look back and you can see the columns of orcs marching. And she's like, "Have you ever seen orcs travel in this manner before at all?"
I have not.
That is what has caught my eye from the very beginning, that they are very different than any kind of other orc as before that I've seen. And while yes, some people would have a problem with them, for the mere fact that they follow Leto, and of course that they're orcs. But your friend follows the goddess of death, who many, many fear. There's other gods that others are not comfortable with, yet they are not given the same derision that Leto and orcs are given.
Well, most orcs are not like these, as you know. They are despised for reasons, be they good or bad. There's history there between our peoples. It is yet to be seen if these orcs will, I don't know how to say, redeem themselves as a species. But is that not what you're going for here? What you're aiming at?
Yes, but again, redeeming is one thing. But all creatures deserve a right to live and to exist. Did not the Luminary Elves subject your people to exile, to thousands to die upon the Bridge of Sorrows, to be banished, to form a kingdom underground and live in misery for millennia? Yet, the Luminary Elves are not derided. The Luminary Elves do not need to prove themselves to the world, to redeem themselves.
Did the Luminary Elves behave as the feral orcs?
Some would say kicking out a third of your population, women, children, elderly, all types, to the wilds to fend on their own, is just as evil, just as violent, and just as horrible as anything the orcs have done.
Oh boy.
I can see how that could be some perspective.
At any rate, my main hope right now is reuniting with Gideon. And you see the smile form on her face.
Look, she's giddy for Gideon.
Of course. And she kind of leans over as she's speaking to you. She's like, I've been rehearsing what I'll say to him over and over in my mind. Every version sounds either too desperate or too cold. And she kind of glances at you and looks back at the others who are kind of just right behind. You kind of see a small, vulnerable smile crosses her face. Gideon has always been the steady one between us. I'm the one who gets lost in theory and ideals, who sees the world in possibilities. He's been the one who's grounded me, remind me what's real. You kind of see her hands drift to her stomach for just a moment before balling back to her side. When I first disappeared into these lands, I thought I was doing something noble, trying to broker peace with these green claws, trying to stop the bloodshed before it spread further. She paused, and you can see her expression's a little more troubled. I expected to be killed or tortured or worse. Instead, they listened and they shared their pain with me. Their children, their elders, their memories of homes burned and families scattered. It's the point I was trying to make to you, Kelly. Then her voice kind of grows stronger, more passionate. Gideon fights this war because he believes in protecting Castellamar, protecting our people. And I love him for that. His sense of duty, his sense of honor. But he's never sat with the enemy, never heard their stories, never seen that they're just people. Desperate people who've been pushed to the edge. And she kind of glances back to all the orcs marching behind you guys. Her expression softens. If I can just get him to see what I've seen, what I've been trying to let you see, if I can show him that there's another way, he'll understand. I know he will.
And what is the end objective, Isadora? Say you convince Gideon that these orcs are worthy of consideration. What do they want? How is the world to unfold after this?
Well, as I've seen with them, and I know it can spread to other orcs, especially with one such as Egharad, who is, you see him, he's He's not right next to you guys. He is maybe about a horse's length back to her right, whereas you're on her left. But he's just casually keeping pace with her, and you can see his eyes just constantly watching to make sure she's okay. But he's holding his reins loosely. You don't see him grabbing for his weapon or anything like that. Something like a human or an elf would do, riding along casually. You know, almost sure of himself and sure of what they're doing as he's there watching. And you can kind of see that. And she's like, a leader like him, and what we learned here, and if we can make this happen, it can spread among the other orcs. And all they want is peace as well. And if that word spreads, and people understand the freedom to break these chains of these kingdoms and realms that force their order on everyone in the way they see fit. Forcing, 95% of Tinil'Gan's population into peasantry, if you will, to work for just a certain amount of people to live a happy life or a good life. I think that chains need to be broken as they day. And once we talk to Gideon, we know he's brilliant, tactical, strategic. But you've seen it, he's also compassionate. And he doesn't want endless war any more than I do, or that these orcs do. When he sees that we can end this, truly end it, not through more bloodshed, but through understanding, I'm sure he'll join us. I know it sounds naive. I can see it in your face. And she looks back at everyone else, especially like Hope and Barrick. Some of you, at least. But you don't know Gideon like I do. When we first met, he was this rigid by-the-book knight. All duty and honor and following orders. And you see her smile kind of widen. It's real warm. But I changed him. Not in big ways. He is still the most honorable man I've ever known. But I've showed him there's more to justice than law, more to strength than the sword. He learned to question, to see nuance, to choose love over tradition. I think you know, growing, or at least living in Azrael's Tower, being trained by him, that he espouses that same kind of rigid rule system that others do. And if I didn't grow this kind of personal belief system, I would have withered under him. He sees it as me having a rebellious streak, or just wanting to push back against his authority and stuff, when it's mostly just my idea for people need to grow. If you suffocate a flower in a small cage, it'll lilt and it won't grow like it's meant to. And of course, they always say, you try to, for a woman, you find someone who was, and she's about to say father, and you see her kind of stop and she blanches a little bit. You know what I mean. But behind you, and she rears her horse to a stop suddenly. And you see the entire column comes to an immediate halt in unison with her. When I stand before him at Castle Pass, when I tell him what I've learned, when I show him that chaos isn't destruction but transformation, he'll see. He'll understand that everything Azrael taught us, everything the old gods demand, is just another form of chains. And just like fire spreads across dead bush and vegetation and scours it clean, new fresh vegetation grows, stronger, brighter than it was before.
And if he can't make that leap to you, what then?
Sulik told me once that the gods maintain order because disorder threatens their power. That's why they fear Leto. Not because he brings destruction, but because he brings change. Real fundamental change. She glances at you. I know you have your doubts, as he will. I can see them, and maybe I have doubts too sometimes in the quiet moments. And her breath kind of gets shaky. And then I think of Gideon. I think of the future we could build together, a future where and she stops herself abruptly. Her hand moves back to her stomach again. When our people don't have to live in fear anymore, where peace isn't just a pause between wars, but something real and lasting. That's what I'm marching towards. Not conquest, not power, just hope. Hope that love is stronger than fear, that understanding can bridge any divide, that Gideon and I, not just me, can change the world together the way we've always dreamed. And she'll add quietly, he'll understand. I have to believe he'll understand. Because if he doesn't, if even he turns against me, she doesn't finish the thought. Instead, she just straightens her shoulder and keeps walking north. And the horse, following her horse north. And then you hear her, without looking back, as she paces a little bit ahead of you. He won't. I know him. I know his heart. He might be angry at first, shocked, certainly. But when I explain everything, when he sees what I've built here, when he understands that this is about freedom, not destruction, he'll come around. He has to.
For your sake, I hope he does. She mutters under her breath.
Did anyone else have anything to say or do while this was going on?
I'm just playing my lute.
It's moseying along, just
I'm
kind of
watching
keeping.
the army intently, looking for any twitchy motherfuckers.
You know, Talos, you're playing your lute quite well.
Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
Barrick is seeing that Hope is keeping an eye on the army. He's going to kind of just keep an eye out on the horizon. Just kind of keeping an eye out for anything that is, the things that we are approaching.
All right, so you guys travel and it's quiet. You just hear the beat of the army's steps, the horses neighing. Every now and then you can hear the creaking of the wagon wheels. Every now and then you'll hear some orcs laughing, kind of jostling each other. But mostly then you'll see a captain or Eggerad himself turn around and they instantly fall back in line. This goes on for a couple days as you travel. So you have a couple days where you'll camp. Everything just continues normally. And then a few days later, let's move the clock a few days. Doom, doom. It's about midday. So it's about 2 days. So it's about 60 plus miles north of Evanfall, up and on the King's March, which is that main road that goes through all the main Riverlord cities, all the way up to Castle Pass. And you come across what is known as the village of Green Hollow, a farming village of about 300 people with fieldstone cottages and golden wheat fields. And as you get there, the King's March crests in gentle rise. Then, as you see the city and you start coming towards it, you can see the smoke rises from some chimneys. You see children playing near a central well. And as you get closer, someone spots the column of the army coming in. You hear a bell begins to ring frantically. People scramble towards their homes. A few men grab pitchforks and axes, forming a pitiful defensive line at the village's end. Isadora raises her hand and halting the march about 100 yards out. You see her kind of step her horse up alone. Hands raised and empty, and she calls out, "We mean you no harm. We only seek passage north." And you just hear them murmuring. None of them are dropping their pitchforks. None of them are dropping anything. Children are still hiding behind their mother's dresses. You can tell that these villagers don't believe. Until finally one shouts, "Orcs! It's the monsters from Evanfall!" And you hear shouts start to raise up, and the tension is thick. You can hear Isadora tries to reason with them, explaining that they're marching to Castle Pass, but the fear kind of overrides logic at this point. You can kind of feel it coming to a boiling point. She does kind of turn her horse around and looks at all of you. Your names have been known here throughout these lands, especially with all you've been doing
I'm gonna ride up
over the past year. And she says, "Can you speak to them? They'll trust you more than me."
I'm gonna ride up.
But okay.
I'll ride
you
up
can
beside
see-
Isadora.
Yeah, you can see this man here. He appears to be, especially with the people kind of crowded around him, to be the village elder. You can hear other people talking to him. They're calling him Old Martin. And he's kind of blocking. It's kind of you see he's an older dwarf. It's a mixed village.
Perfect.
It's a mixed village. There's dwarves, elves, and humans all kind of living together here. And he just kind of stands there, just hands on his hips, as you're all approaching.
I'm just gonna hold my hands up and just we seek no harm to befall upon any of you fine folk. There will only be passing through. We will make sure of that.
And you expect me to be taking the word of a dwarger?
Oh boy. I ride up.
I have no quarrel with you, and I wish that you should have no quarrel with us.
Well, we
It
had
is in
no
your
quarrel
best
with ye. Go ahead, continue.
It is in your best interests
Oh no.
to stand aside.
No.
Nobody will be hurt.
No.
We are only here to pass through.
Oh no. I'm gonna try and lighten that mood.
While I have, let me just say this out real quick.
Yeah.
While I have no love for our grayer cousins like ye, you're still our kin.
Oh.
And all about me wants to believe ye. But when I see ye leading a column of hundreds of orcs, it makes me start to think. And it makes me start to worry. And we know where ye be coming from. We know these orcs took over Evanfall. We know war be raging up north. And even if you leave us alone, reinforcements may be looking like to me.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna just gesture to Isadora. I have no quarrel with you, and I have no affiliation with these orcs. My party and I are simply here to guide this woman bearing her child to meet its father. Now, you may let us pass. No harm will befall you or any of the people here within this town. And
Give me a
unfortunately,
persuasion
sir,
check. Oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
to say, and unfortunately, sir, while I don't agree with the values of many of the orcs that I have met, I can say that there are probably more orcs in this column than there are people in your town.
Oh no. Why did we say that? Oh boy. Why did you? Can I lighten the mood,
It
please?
literally doesn't matter.
It does. It does.
I mean, you don't have to roll anything yet because Talos wants to say something. So go ahead and
I
speak
was
first,
gonna.
Talos.
No, I was gonna try and play a persuasive song. I was gonna ask you: did these people look like they're impoverished, like they haven't had a good luck, like they haven't had some kind of party in a while, or is it a well-off town?
Well, it's just a little small farming village. It's about 300
Small
people.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's about 300 people. No, they kind of sustain themselves, live off the land. I mean, they don't look downtrodden.
Okay.
But these aren't rich folk either. These are just
I know that, but they don't
live-
look downtrodden. Like their life isn't going great. Like life's going fine for them for what their lifestyle they have.
as fine as it can be with war raging just to the north. So that can come down here at any moment. And now to them, what they're seeing, what the tension you're seeing here is they feel like they've been holding on by the skin of their teeth. And there's a war up north, and now there's orcs coming from the south that just took over a city from the south. They feel like they're pincered in the middle.
Okay. Because I want to basically do a persuasive song telling them our tale, us five, of the unlikely heroes, while giving them a song at the same time. So
Yeah, you could do that. And after, it would you can just do performance. And with what Barrick, it's a speech Barrick gave. That'll give you advantage.
Okay. So, but would it be better for Barrick or for me to give Barrick advantage on persuasion? Since he's the one who gives, and I can kind of give you the background song. I don't know.
That's between you guys. What do
Yeah.
you guys want to do?
What's your persuasion? Plus what?
4.
4?
I mean, with this, I more look at proficiency, and I think you both have proficiency and persuasion either. Anyway,
but I would be doing performance. You said.
Well, it's only gonna be one roll. It's only gonna be one roll.
That's what I'm saying. So I either do performance, which I'm +8 in, or
roll
he does
it's
performance.
fine. Just roll a performance. That's
Just
all
roll
you're doing.
performance, but yeah, and because of what Barrick said, like I said, I'll let it give you advantage because he just gave a big old speech.
And nat 20.
There you go. So you do see them start to soften a little bit. Some of the people start to cry a little. The dwarf in front, see him, he's still standing there with his arms crossed like this, like a dwarf normally would. And as the song's going on, he's like,
As the song is going on, I'm gonna get off of my horse and I'm gonna walk over to him and I'm gonna hand him, or I'm gonna show him that I have Govnu's hammer. I'm gonna say, we carry the will of the gods. We are not here as your enemies.
like the song wasn't doing enough to him. You show him the hammer, you see the tears wringing his eyes. He's I think the women will be using them spices again in the foods. It's getting in the air. It's a beautiful hammer you got there, my boy. He kind of looks over your shoulder at everybody and at the column and the carts. I'll tell you what. The harvest hasn't been so great. And usually we would be getting stuff from up north to supplement. But with the war going on, I don't see that happening. So if maybe they can leave some supplies and swear no harm, we can let them pass.
Pass your query along. I'll relay that to Isadora.
As you come up and she hears you, she smiles. She's like, thank you. Says it to you and Talos. This is what I've been trying to show the world. that we can be better. And she turns to Eggerod. You know what to do. And he wheels around on his horse and goes back, and you hear him speaking in Orcish, and he's pointing, and you see others without hesitation come up. They pull one of the carts,
What is he saying?
the canvas. It's in Orcish. Do you speak Orcish? Oh, you do speak Orcish. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds very militaristic. You know, he's like, Dim, Dodd, supplies.
Tim Todd.
X amount of food, some medical supplies. Dim and Dodd, I said. Dim and Dodd.
Dim and Dodd? Oh.
Yeah.
Your twins.
Not Tim and Todd? Man, I want to meet Tim and Todd, the orc. Sorry.
It's like, X amount of food, medical supplies, and some pelts and this and that. And you see them start to grab it, and you see about 10 of orcs all grabbing it, and they're all kind of grabbing the stuff and some barrels, and you see them all bringing it out. And the villagers, as you see this, they're all kind of watching, stunned in silence as the orcs immediately start to comply. Isadora herself steps forward. You see her pull out her own little pouch, and she pulls out even some coins and hands it to old Martin, and also a little pouch of some healing herbs that she gives to him. And you see these orcs that are normally raiding, handing out crates of food to these townfolk.
When Isadora comes back and we're getting on our horses and such to move along, Barrick's just gonna look over at her and just say, Leto didn't help you pass through this town. Govnu did.
Yes.
Or freedom did.
Oh, boy. All right, Braveheart.
Sure didn't. But I'll
Did
let you believe what you'd
Govnu-
like to believe.
Did Govnu make these orcs pass out those supplies? What Govnu did was help sway them away from their prejudices. It didn't make the orcs do the right thing.
Symbols carry a great amount of power, Isadora. A great amount of power.
Now tell me this. If that didn't happen, you saw what was happening here. Who would have started the violence first?
In many of the interactions and altercations that I've come across in my time, it is always the one with the smallest sword that swings first. Because the one with the biggest sword knows that they have far less to fear.
Based on nothing but prejudice.
No, that's
Survival.
If anything,
Isadora.
it wasn't Govnu. It was you who helped me do the right thing with them. Maybe you're changing a little bit. You did help some
No
orcs
harm
just now.
No harm should befall a child, least of all a child yet to come into the world.
And then she looks back, and she looks at you, and looks back at the army again. Barrick. This entire town would have been slaughtered, and maybe one orc would have been injured.
That's what
My
I
child
said.
was safe.
Well, evil parents make evil children. Who's to say who's safe?
Next
I'm
time you
still
run
eyeing her.
into an interaction where there's a great many people who have started to seem like they're not on your side, maybe send a general up ahead instead of the pregnant woman. It's in your best interest.
Oh, so you think pregnant women can't lead now? I see. And she looks back at Callie.
I think pregnant women
Oh.
can lead, and they are unfortunately prime targets for somebody who could be waiting anywhere up there or anywhere up there with an arrow pointed directly at you.
This episode.
Hope is still eyeing this bitch like she wants to put her
here's-
dagger, her mace through her.
Agorod hears what you're saying. He kind of just rolls up and he looks at you. He's like, my friend, do you think I stayed back because I feared anything? It was her wishes.
Uncle Egorod
And-
coming up.
And when dealing with these people, do you think they would listen to me if I walked up first?
But too many people have heard a well-spoken orc in their time, Megorod. Maybe it's worth a try.
One step at a time, my friend. One step at a time.
I'm riding my horse away.
Wow.
And as I'm riding past the orc, as I'm riding past the dwarf, I'm just say, Governor be with you.
Same to you, my gray-skinned friend.
There's no need to be
Kelly, you
lazy
were
about
you
it.
were to say. Hey, Kelly, did you say you were gonna say something?
Nope.
I heard some up.
Nope.
Turnick, who's been quiet the entire time.
Quit working on your character for the Christmas special and be a part of the D&D session.
Yeah, Turnick was hanging back and just letting the people that can actually talk well with others actually do their job. But
To their job.
That is fair.
He was hanging out with Callie though, and would Callie be making like expressions that maybe Turnick would notice about sort of reservations or something that you were just expressing?
Yeah. She would have had a hard time. Well, I don't know. I mean, she's a little bit diplomatic, but you've known her long enough to to see her react to some of Barrick's
Sure. So
comments. Yes.
yeah, so Turnick, I guess, sort of noticed something was off. I'm not quite sure what, and so he's gonna say, "Is everything okay, Callie?"
This was the best outcome that we could hope for in this village. So in that sense it is.
That is very true. I'm glad that hopefully the matter is able to be resolved. And what is that yelling? Can you hear that?
That's the armies. This army sounds.
It's funny.
Army sounds.
Yeah, there's horse sounds, and like if I pause the
Okay.
music.
Sure. No, I heard that. I was just like, the timing of me trying to say
Yeah.
something, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose everything.
Oh shit,
So,
you're
yeah,
killing
it's-
civilians. What the fuck?
It's marching, and then every now and then you hear like orders, like marching orders, and that's
nice. And it sounds like everyone's doing their job as need to be. Because, from all the yelling back behind us.
Indeed.
Perhaps we should be grateful that the day is so far so smooth.
It's so far so smooth that this is not the only village in our path.
Very true. Orc kind is not always accepted. Or those, I guess, with just green skin in general, but we don't need to necessarily talk about that.
Indeed. Especially an invading force.
Indeed.
So, Beric did a good job in averting unnecessary slaughter. But it would have been the village and the villagers who paid the price if that had gone poorly.
Yes.
okay. So the column starts to move forward, and the people kind of disperse a little bit. Some, go back towards their home, and they do still watch as the column passes through the village of all the orcs. You see trepidation in their face. Many of them, even though it was peaceful, are like waiting for the other shoe to fall. Like something is going to happen before the last orc passes through. But nothing does. And they keep marching. And as the column passes the village, you guys can look back, and you see everyone now kind of gathered in the road looking at the column as it continues to go. Shock in most of their faces. They're not sure what to make of what just happened. Other than thank the gods for the good graces that they did get, that nothing happened, and they got something out of it to help them through the rest of the year as it continues to. You guys continue trudging along. It's kind of open in this area. Oh, we have the maps anyway. Not like you haven't seen the maps of the world before, but I didn't have a zoomed in of just the evening lands, and it's been a long time since we were back here. So okay, why is it black? Can you guys see it or no?
We have no tokens on this
No, it's
map.
black.
Yeah, it's not black.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
It's black.
All blacks.
Hold on,
like
hold-
the New
hold
Zealand
on,
team.
hold on, hold
I
on.
know. I'm just making a joke. Yeah, let me finish it. But I still said.
There you go.
Hey. Ooh, cool.
All right, so you guys were just here, just outside of Evanfall when you started.
Yep.
You just went a little bit way up, maybe like 2 dots here where that just
Okay.
happened. So there's a good amount of distance between there and the spokes, about 125 miles. So most of it is open land. Forests are on either side of you. Sometimes it's you can see the forest way off to the east and west of you. Sometimes it gets a little closer, but it's mostly open land. Every now and then you'll see a homestead here and there, a few small farms as you pass through here. So we'll say, excuse me, another couple days pass. I gotta pause it to change the damn time now because this thing does not work the way it's supposed to.
Oh, that sucks. From the new
They
update?
haven't it's the calendar app. It hasn't truly been
okay.
updated, so it works, but it can be glitchy. Like literally, I
Okay.
can't advance time unless I pause it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it like freezes and does goofy shit when I try to advance it while it's running. So yeah, about 3 days pass as you guys continue along the King's Road.
Oh, the King's Road.
And you're in an area where the forests are kind of lining closer. But in this day, you can see the King's March is kind of crowded. You see families trudging south away, in the opposite direction of where you're coming from, heading south. You see that there's the carts are piled with belongings, children crying, elderly stumbling with exhaustion. And they're fleeing. But then when they see you, they start to turn to go back again. Or not sure where they're going to go, but they see the trees on either side. And you can kind of hear the murmurs from all of them. What apparently has gone is word is spread that an orcish army marches north. And villages ahead are evacuating, convinced they're about to be slaughtered. So they kind of see themselves here, not sure where to go. Isidore, stops the march once again. And you see her approach one of the refugee kind of family up here up front. And she looks at you. She gets off her horse. And she kind of looks at them. And you hear her speaking softly. She's like, please. You seemed frightened. I can swear to you, we're not here to hurt anyone. We're going to Castle Pass to end the war. And you can see that there's a mother there holding a small child, and she looks at her, tears in her eyes, and she spits at Isadora's feet. Liar! Orc lover! You've doomed us all! See Isadora's see some tears start to shoot down her face as she sees them kind of turn, and just they all seem to run in opposite directions back up the road just to get away from what's happening here. And she turns around and looks at you all. She's like, how do I make them see? How do I prove that we've changed when they won't even listen? And it's just not unlike the village. These people ain't looking to stand a fight. They're terrified. They're turning around, not sure where to go. Some are trying to maybe go into the forest to hide. Some are trying to go back up the road to find an area where they can maybe spread off somewhere. Some are kind of standing confused, not sure what to do.
They will see by the actions of your force, or they won't. They are not a threat to you.
I'm not worried that they're a threat. But we're here to change minds, not just pass through.
I'm just looking at her like, what you ain't changing my mind.
Not all minds wish to be changed.
That is correct.
And not all minds need to be changed right away.
We have at least another 20 days traveling. And if all we're gonna just, the presence inspires fear, everyone we meet, at least the town listened, but I'm worried that this can be the norm. People at least need to listen. Actions are being shown. The orcs are not doing anything. You see them. They're not attacking. They're not fighting. They're not raiding. This would be easy picking for a normal orc raiding party. You would think that even that, seeing this would make them understand that we mean no harm.
Isadora, what did you expect would happen?
Not saying what I expected. I don't know. What should I do then? Turn back? Let the cycle of hatred continue forever?
Understand, Isadora, that there are hundreds of years of nothing but horrible, horrible things that these people have experienced at the hand of orcs.
People are so mean. Especially coming from Dwarger. Dwarger don't have the greatest of reputations, right?
I do know that. I also know that Barrick has been a diplomat for a lot longer than he's been a soldier, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Every action that you and this force take will be a reflection of your intentions. You don't have to convince every peasant, every person that you interact with that you are in the right. You need to impact the leaders. They have the trust of their people. Take no aggressive action against these villagers. And continue your moderate behavior when we reach the village. And perhaps you'll have another opportunity to make an impact on the leadership.
Or we stop traveling on main roads.
If we stop traveling on main roads, Barrick, we will
Barrick.
never get there.
Yes. The road
You
is
will
called
have
the
this
King's
baby
Smarch.
on the road. Are you prepared for that?
Got a big family. It wouldn't be the first time.
Damn.
I fucking love that, actually. That's a Harmony thing saying that. Sorry. That was a broke character.
I will do my best. That's all we have been wanting to do. So perhaps things will change. But for now, all we can do is prove by our actions, which is what we've been doing.
And consider what happens when the next village or the following village comes out to meet you in force. And tries.
Our next challenge is the Spokes,
Yeah.
which is the central city of the Riverlands, and Damien Hollister is a fierce force here in the Riverlands. And I don't remember if he was at the Council of Isol. He was at the Council of Isol. I don't know if he was at the Council. Yeah, he was at the Council at River's End. I think you guys met Damien Hollister. I know the people in Isol definitely did.
Yeah, probably in passing. I'm not sure how.
I'm saying early on. I'm saying after when they left River's End, they stopped in the Spokes, but that was with the original party.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
heading
much
out there.
time Callie had with any person from this continent, other than her cousins.
Right. Okay. So as people scatter, the column kind of just moves nervously down the road. You see some people like hastily pulling their carts and stuff off into the grass and going around it fearfully. Some are kind of running, yards away, and the column starts to proceed and almost kind of splits all these people as it goes through, and some don't look back. But then as the column starts to go, you see them all start to come back, converge on the road, and they start moving slowly, and then they're looking back, confused. But then they just continue south. They've already left their homes and going back now, following this army, despite the fact that nothing has happened to them, is a fearful thought as they continue south. Isadora, you see the look on her faces. She tries to give herself a firm resolve once again. Egarad does come up next to her and kind of pats her on her shoulder and gives her a nod, kind of giving her a reassurance of what they're doing. A few more days pass, and as you get closer, you can start making out the large structure that is the Spokes. Large walls, huge oaken timbers that go up to ridiculous, and the Spokes is shaped like it's in a circle. These walls, and you see you're about a day out. It's so large, these walls, that you can see them about 40 miles away.
So the night before we approach that, can we have a campsite moment to discuss and question what their strategy is going to be?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Like I said, all that stuff is up to you guys. If you guys want to have a nighttime thing, let me know, and we will definitely do that. So you guys travel. I'm not going to change the calendar, but you guys travel about a day. It's the next night. We will move this back just so we can get the nighttime. Because now I have it set to where it gets dark automatically at night.
Isadora, Agorod, is there any way that we can adorn this army in a color that is not typically known by any other orc to be worn? We have to be able to identify ourselves in some way that doesn't behoove the typical reaction that a orc army marching towards defenseless towns would make.
And she looks at you and she's like, do you really think the colors of their banners is the problem?
I don't think that the colors of their banners are a problem.
I don't think it'll make a
I think
difference.
That
What-
perception and symbols is something that matters and is impactful. A fact that you have seemed to
Okay.
ignore through every interaction that we've had with these innocent people.
What do you suggest, Beric?
I'm asking the question if there's a way for that to happen. If there isn't a way for it to happen, any suggestions I have wouldn't matter. Colors.
You're asking me if there's a way for something to happen when the way is not the issue. The what is the issue.
This isn't
So I'm
my
asking
party of
you,
orcs.
what do you think would make a difference, Beric?
What symbol do you want your army to carry?
You look back, none of them are carrying banners at all.
I know.
Now, they do have, their kind of markings, like, like the green claw markings, like on their armor, some, and stuff like that. But as orcs, it's very simplistic kind of stuff. It's literally just three green slashes, which is all they have on their armor, or on their clothing, or whatever the case may be. So she points that out to you, and she says, I don't know what other thing you could suggest we should do, Beric.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to you meeting these orcs, they were known as the Green Claws.
Yes.
They haven't changed their name. They haven't re-identified themselves, even though they are representing themselves in this land far differently than they had prior to you meeting them.
Well,
Those,
it is the
those three
name
green-
of their tribe. I'm just struggling to understand how changing the name of their tribe would make a difference when that is probably not the problem. It's just the fact that they are orcs. That's the problem.
What banner did you?
we differentiate factions of Duragar in the Underdark from those who are diplomatic, from those who are willing to trade, and from those who know only war by their names and by the regalia that they carry on them. Perhaps it's time for a rebranding. If this isn't indication enough.
Egorod, who's
green
always
claws.
nearby.
I was just gonna say 3 green claws that have been known only to raid and pillage and burn down and raze villages don't exactly bear an air of calmness and respect. Respectfully.
Well,
Go ahead.
different and to add on to the idea of symbolism, what banner did you ride out under to sue for peace with these orcs?
I came with no banner. I just came just alone myself.
She was captured.
When she came, because she was a human coming
That's what
into
I'm
our
saying.
camp. Yeah.
She didn't come into that. She was captured.
Well, she did come in. She came on her own. She out here, and then
She
when she
came on
arrived
her
to
own-
Evanfall,
Oh, I see. I understand. Sorry.
yeah,
She came on her own representing herself and not the nations in the alliance that
Yeah.
are
I
that
mean,
are fighting the war.
she was coming, I guess you could say, on behalf of Castellamar, but she didn't carry Castellamar's banner.
Hmm.
She didn't come out. Remember, she wasn't sent as an official emissary. She left on her own.
Right. It would be a much stronger position if she had the symbology of one of these nations. How would she feel to fly a Castellamar flag next to a Greenclaw flag as we ride through these towns?
I have no problem with that. But
Callie, did
and
you
she
not
looks-
see a woman just spit on her at her feet?
I did, but did that woman know who she was?
no, I mean Isadora. She is a mage for Castellamar, but it's not like mages are diplomats or
She's not
known.
like a reputable
And even
or
that too.
notable.
This is also the Riverlands, not Castellamar.
Not Castellamar.
Yeah.
Right. So while they know of Castellamar, and remember, for those of you that were here early in the campaign stuff, the Riverlands and Castellamar kind of work together, but Castellamar has been behind the mountains, behind Castle Pass. That they've kind of retreated back into themselves. So it's not like there's names of known knights and this and that people in the Riverlands who really know about Castellamar. They just know there's Castellamarian knights, and that's about it. So they wouldn't know who Isadora is.
Yes, but
The
as
leaders
a
would.
right, but as a symbol, if she's presenting herself as someone of authority, it helps if she has a symbol of authority.
Yeah. No, but her question, you say that she looks at you and she's like, I understand what you mean, Callie. My question is, as she looks to the orcs, she's like, they do not represent Castellamar. Even though I am a court mage, these orcs are not of Castellamar. For them to fly the banner of Castellamar just to make people think they're from Castellamar is a lie. They need to see them
They
as
don't
who they
fly the
are
banner of
for who they
Castellamar.
are, but they are not of Castellamar. So why would they fly a banner of Castellamar? So you want them?
They don't fly the banner of Castellamar. They
No.
fly a new banner.
Well, again, like I said, they're not flying any banner except their own emblems. But that's their tribe. It's not of a nation. It's who they are. Is the best way I can present it to you, Barrick. We are not carrying the banner of any nation here.
I understand. My point still stands, though.
And she looks at you confused. She's like, but I'm trying to understand your point, Barrick. Are you saying we should fly a different banner so people trust us? Is that what you're asking of me?
If you wish for somebody to read a new version of a book that you have written, and a book that has had a great many pages produced in it over years and years and years, the first thing that you do is change the cover of that book.
Barrick, you are a smith, are you not?
I'm a forge cleaver, not a smith. That's a different last name. They're, they're more in hand tools. We're more in weapons and armor. But
if I still had the mage hand, you would feel it whack you
Slap.
upside your head.
She does. She giggles. She's like, I'm glad you still have kept your sense of humor, Bear. But as you know, and by the hammer you carry, I'm sure you respected Govnew's craftsmanship with that hammer. And I know you respect your own craftsmanship when you've created items on the forge. Now, before your name was known and not trusted, and you created a sword, would you put someone else's mark on that sword just so people would trust it instead of your own? Or your own so you can let people know who you are and grow your reputation from your works?
I can understand the point that you're trying to make. However, Isadora, I am a forge cleaver, and that is a name that is centuries old, and that is a name that is carried by the smiths before me. And yes, that is in fact something that I would do as an apprentice, and everything that I have ever done is in service to somebody else, and I bear the mark of other people when I am representing their ideals. I have worn different sets of armor and colors of garb to convey ideals to people who I have never met before.
And the ideals that we're trying to represent is freedom, not the old ideals of order, which is the ideals of Castellamar, which is the ideals of the River Lords.
Again, and I mean this with the utmost respect, do whatever the fuck you want. We are here along for the ride. But what I am saying to you is, if you are so concerned about the perception that you have been receiving from all of these innocent people, that you are trying to convey this image of and this ideal of freedom towards them, 500 orcs carrying the green claw mark on their pauldrons and on their faces and on their horses and on everything that they carry on them. The last time those people saw those banners is when their villages burned to the ground. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to take any of my advice. It is an observation. Do whatever you want.
And she kind of, you see her face harden. And she looks at you. She's like, do you think those people were scared of the symbol? Do you think that's what made them fearful? They just saw
People are
orcs.
scared of the symbol.
It doesn't matter
Isadora, but
what
people are scared
symbol
of
they carry.
what they don't know.
I think they're more scared of what they do know, which is years and years of
You
prejudice.
are being very obtuse as to not consider this.
How did I know you were going to use that word?
Is there are there in these lands a symbol of we come in peace?
Come in, please.
I
In
mean,
peace.
there's always the universal symbol, a white banner, which is parlay.
Well,
Is
it
Well,
parlay?
surrender or
is it
parlay.
parlay or,
If you-
or surrender?
it can be both. If you're being invaded, you wave white flag, that's surrender. But if you're coming into some place with a white flag, you're coming to parlay.
So we need a white flag.
It's like, I'm not opposed to that. And if you are even suggesting perhaps new iconography for the Green Claws, and she looks at Egg Harad, who kind of looks uncomfortable. But she's like, I don't even think I'd be opposed to new iconography. But I am opposed to lying and wearing the banners of something else that we don't believe in.
I am not proposing that it is a lie. If you carried any of the words that I said and proposed that any of them were to present yourself in falseness. You didn't hear a single word I said.
Well, you spoke of carrying the banners of other places and other people.
No, that was me.
I
Derek said
spoke
it.
of carrying the banner of something that represents you and the ideals that you represent. I was saying that other people present and change the way that they appear to others as a way to change the narrative surrounding them.
While you're speaking, Egharad comes up. And he looks at you. And you see him take his pack off his back and he drops it to the ground heavily. And he keeps his eye on you the entire time. He digs his hand into it. And you see him pull out a length of chain. And you see him wrap it around his hand. And then he waves to one of his men. You see him sign something, but you're unable to understand it. One of them comes up with a jar. And you see it's got green paint in it. And he takes the hand wrapped in the chains, dunks it in the paint, pulls it back out, rips off a piece of canvas from one of the carts, and slams his fist onto it and pulls it away. And you see the imprint of a fist with a chain on it. And he holds it up to you.
Just a giant glob of green paint.
No. It's defined.
Come on.
He shook off the excess. Okay.
Well, this really is fantasy that we're playing, and I love it.
Okay.
I know. I just
Can we appreciate
I couldn't resist.
the ad libbing here?
I couldn't resist. I'm so sorry.
Okay. He shakes off the excess paint first. Okay, because apparently details matter.
I'm just being a shithead.
I know. And then puts his fist on there, and you see the imprint of a fist with a chain across it, and he holds it up to you. It's like, you think this will make a difference?
I don't know. Do you want to present yourself as somebody different than what the Green Claws have been known across these lands for?
And he holds it up. We have said we will be the breaker of chains. And he turns around and he repeats it in Orcish again. And you hear them rise up and cheer. For the dark storm! For the chains to break! And you hear them all rise up and start to say this mix Orcish, mix Common, as they all scream it. And he turns around and he looks at you. He's like, we are not fools, Beric Forgecleaver. We and the Darkstorm understand what you mean. I feel it will accomplish nothing. But it does not mean we are closed-minded. And he takes the fist again. He slams it onto his chest. Puts the mark there. And he just nods at you.
I don't think it'll be the only change that needs to be made. And I don't think it'll be the only statement that needs to be said. And I don't think it'll be the only step that needs to be taken on a journey of changing this narrative. But I think it's a good first step. Isadora was right about you. You are much smarter than she is.
Oh my god. Once again, magic hand whapping you in the forehead this time.
That was funny and also accurate.
Isadora is actually brilliant, but listen, she's emotionally compromised. And pregnant. Let's not forget that.
Get her some pickled jalapenos or something.
Yeah, and we need some sciatic massage going on. Like,
Women understand the hormones going on when you're pregnant.
Boy,
which is why I'm surprising Hope has zero compassion right now.
She can't get past the evil villain bits.
Yeah, the whole, mature nature and stuff like that, she don't have that right now, no. She killed her sister, goddammit. She killed her sister.
I know.
You really think that this pregnant woman is going to cause any issues for her?
My question is have you seen Isadora at all do anything evil yet?
Oh, she's watching. She's watching and waiting. She's just one. All she has to do is slip. Just slip once. Come on, please. Just slip up once. That's all Hope's been doing is keeping an eye on, just watching everything intently, waiting for that slip up.
All I'm saying is she's the one that's upset about people and their perception of them. She's the one who was upset about it. I don't know what to say.
She wants change to happen quicker. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. And in her mind, if you show peace, people usually accept that.
I'm really. Callie's really wondering if she fell asleep in history class as well.
I know your characters don't want to believe it, but everything I've said is true, okay? The Luminori were fucking awful to the Duminori, okay?
Yeah, they
What
were
happened?
assholes. 100%.
The Dwerger,
Yeah.
Barrick is the Drist of Dwerger, okay? But the Dwerger in general are not very well received, okay? Tieflings, demonic heritage, not very trusted.
Yeah.
Bird
Yeah,
people,
for sure.
they're not that scared of them.
Callie's where
Lizard folk, people typically have a fear of anything reptilian. So,
Yes.
Bunch of slimy bastards.
It's the whole thing about green skin that I was saying earlier. People just don't
Right.
like green skin.
I'm telling you, what's wrong with green skin? No, but Callie is very skeptical of what she has seen because how could Isadora not have expected and have contingencies for some of the possibilities of confrontation?
she is 25 years old, and this is all new to her.
Okay.
She's 25?
Yeah, she's 25. She's a baby.
You fucking child.
Yeah.
She's 25. She's
I'm gonna
25.
decide, Barrick is saying you were a child.
No. So the point of Callie's questioning is to get her to think about these things before we're in the situation.
I have hairs on my head 3 times older than you are.
Grumpy old dwarf over here. So let's take a bio break.
Cool.
It's 9 o'clock. Pause the game here. And we'll take a bio break. So let's take 15 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll be back at 9:15.
I wasn't mad at Isadora before. I'm mad at her now.
He's literally just because she's young. That is his whole reason for being mad at her. She's young. Fuck this bitch. Okay. So did you guys have anything else you guys wanted to discuss during this campfire here?
Discuss no, but comfort offering yes. Dealing with pregnancy symptoms and offering some massage as needed.
You got some cocoa butter for her stretch marks or something, or
Yeah, no, listen. The girl needs her hips massaged. She needs
Something, right?
She needs a fist in her sacrum.
wow.
So what?
She's a fist somewhere, but not there.
Anyway, so yeah, she'll just kind of. Callie's gonna just go a little caring on her. Not necessarily
Okay, so
mothering per se.
yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so Callie's fists and sacrums and rubbing cocoa butter on stretch marks, and the night passes, and we get to the next day, All right. So as you travel about another day up the road, you're kind of curving a bend here, and you can kind of see smoke rising ahead over the trees on the other side of the bend. You guys can move up if you want to. We'll get closer, which you're going to probably have to anyway. But smoke rises ahead, not cook fires, but something that was probably larger at one point. As you round a bed, you see it. A farmstead reduced to charred timbers and ash. In front of it, you can kind of see bodies lying in dirt, human bodies, cut down by blades, their bodies now burnt. The green claw warriors behind you kind of slow, and they're murmuring uneasy. And they look, and Agharat even says, "This definitely was not ours."
Was it orcs?
That's what he means by that. He says no.
There are more than just orcs in Leto's forces. Remember, they are Cardians.
There's also undead, aren't there?
In Cardia. In Tikalkun. I mean, there's undead all over
Yeah, but
Tinil'Gan,
what forces do we know about that are here as far as the race composition?
Yeah, I mean, the war is mostly Cardian forces, which is mixed of like Tabaxis and humans. And some other races in here, but mostly Tabaxi and humans. And there were orcs here that were working with the Cardian forces. And also they were kind of mercenary human forces that were working with the Laotian forces as well from the Evening Lands here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why my girlfriend just brought me a fresh muffin, and it's incredible.
Jealous.
Mine.
Jealous.
It's about 3,000 kilometers
I'm
away,
sure
my
her
friend.
muffins
Yeah.
are very, very tasty and sweets. Now, is it sweet or is it sweet and savory? What flavor is it?
I'll have to tell you that one after stream.
Ew. Ew.
You're the last one that can say any of that shit, Lunga.
Ew.
Wait, what are you
Hey.
viewing?
All the stuff I say has nothing to do with food, though.
I didn't say anything.
know.
I'm being good.
I'm not saying you said anything. I'm talking to Austin.
No, it was Marie. Marie did
I
it.
am perfectly innocent.
No.
Perfectly something. Ain't innocent.
I mean, come on, look at this face. Doesn't that scream innocence?
Nope.
I don't know. The dead bodies at this burnt down farmstead, though, surely wasn't innocent what happened here.
Well, it's the crazy pregnant lady. This is what happens with
No.
You've been with her the
Pregnancy
entire
hormones.
time,
They go
traveling
nuts.
from the south to the north. This is north of you. It definitely was
This
not her.
is-
You've been with her the entire time.
I don't
This
know. She's crazy powerful. I don't trust her crazy hormones.
Oh
Are
my
there tracks or anything like that that we can see?
Give
you
me
know-
an investigation check.
gosh. Okay, there it is.
DC 13.
How about 8 or 9? How's that sound?
So with 8, what you see, you do see footprints. You can't make out what they were or what they are. You can kind of see some boot prints. You can see there was some foraging being done here before it was burnt down, but that's all you can make out.
There's how many bodies? Just 2?
2. Yeah. And with your passives, you guys could tell that they're burnt, but you can see that they were also that there was blade marks, so they were most likely cut down before fire overtook them.
And this square to the north of the farmhouses that go to a cellar?
Yes. This is, yes, thank you. I forgot to mention it. So yeah, you do see a hillside here. It looks like to be an opening to a root cellar.
Don't all y'all speak up at once.
Yeah, sure. Callie's gonna get off her horse and go look. There's a root cellar over there. We should at least see if there's anything there.
Probably wise.
Zadora will come with you. You hear, as you get closer, Callie, you hear some whimpering
BRB.
coming from down below.
Okay, great.
I feel like I should go first.
Do you have a light spell?
I have dark vision.
There is no other map for that, so you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Okay, I have dark vision. I can see just as
Um,
clearly as daytime.
Yeah, as you look down there, you see a. Okay, move your token out of there, because you're blocking what you're supposed to be seeing. Because you're in the way. As you let me fix this token here. Okay. Man. Hold on.
Yeah, I could see like 200 and 120 feet. 120 feet, like it was perfectly daylight.
That's
Yes,
not
baby, we know.
that's not the point of my question. My question was, could we send some light down to them to reveal
But no,
ourselves?
I'll say this. Hope, she can see down there, and I mean you can see down there too. It's not that deep of a switch cellar, but kind of huddled there down there, you can see a little girl, kind of crying. It's pitch black down there. She can't see anything where you guys. She can see the light coming from up there a little bit, but she doesn't see. She just hears you guys, and she's kind of whimpering down there.
How far down is it?
It descends about 10 feet. And then it goes, and then it's a root cellar. Root cellars don't go that deep. It goes down about 10 feet, and then it goes in a little bit.
There's a child down here. She's crying. She probably saw what happened.
Well, we can't leave her here.
Isadora will step up, and she looks down. She's like, "Come, child. Come out. We won't hurt you." And she comes up. She follows Isadora's voice, and Isadora's got off her horse at this point. She's kind of kneeling down at the front. And the girl comes up, and you see her kind of trepidation as first as she's coming up. And Isadora's kind of like gently coaxing her out. Then she comes up and she kind of looks behind her. She sees you guys, and she sees some of the orcs back there too, and she's scared, but she grabs onto Isadora, kind of clinging to her. And Isadora's kind of looking at her, and she looks up at you guys. She's holding her. She's like, "This is what this war has brought us. This is why it must end." And she sees some cuts and scrapes on her, and she calls some of the orc healers over. And you see one healer come over and cast a spell, mending some of her wounds. And she goes, "What's your name?" She's like, "Ellen. Ellen is my name." And she looks over Isidore. Is like, "Was this your home?" The girl nods. She's like, "What happened here, Ellen?" "There were soldiers. They said they were going to the spokes. They said that the Lord Sulak or something ordered them to take food for the siege. My parents told them we didn't have much. And she just starts crying and buries her face. And Isidore's face darkens. She's like, she couldn't have met Lord Sulak.
I think perhaps she did.
Sulak wouldn't. These are the Riverlands, not Castellamar. And per the Alliance, he's supposed to be protecting these lands just as he would be Castellamar.
Barrick's gonna look to Callie. Does she not know?
And she goes, "I know what he did. I know that he had aligned himself with the Red Lady," and she kind of glances over at Hope's sister, who was also on the side of Leto. And she also led an orc army. I don't agree with the way the Red Lady chose to run her campaign. Leto is a god, but Leto does not give orders individually to everyone. Some follow a certain way, some are more violent than others. Sulak,
Much like
looking to aid the cause of Leto, chose to aid her. Now, as far as the battle you had with her, that seemed to be personal between her and Hope, as far as I know. Sulak just facilitated it. Again, I'm not saying that was the greatest thing to do. I know Gideon was not pleased, but that is nowhere near to what we're seeing here.
seems to share some similar properties.
Did you see Sully kill anyone, Barrick?
I'm not going to deign to give that a response.
Because the answer is no.
Someone's actions can lead to outcomes regardless of their particular inputs, and I know that you may not have seen this in your short time on this planet. I fear your naivety is going to be getting the best of you.
Everything I've spoken to with Sullik when it comes to this. The little he taught me was that chaos brings freedom, not this. This is death. This is destruction.
And when did you last speak to him?
Told you it was not that long ago before I left. He's still in Castellamar. After I left you all in the Morning Lands and returned back with Gideon when he was gravely wounded. We brought him back home, helped nurse him to health so he can get back to fighting the war. Then in the first battle, the Ezreal killed my father. Sullik was there to comfort me. We spoke on a few things. That was, a couple months ago.
Regardless, either Sullik ordered his men to appropriate supplies, or he did not. Observe and make your own judgments, Isadora. Observe what you see.
She just kind of shakes her head. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. Egharad is there and he looks and he's like, and undoubtedly this kind of wanton violence will be blamed on my people. But they know they will know for certain, Egharad, it was not yours. It was not the breakers of chains. And I will make sure Gideon and the rest know that when we come up. And if we have to discuss what had occurred here, then I will go to King Diamir myself if I have to let him know that his brother could be possibly involved with these kind of war crimes. But until we know more, I cannot judge yet. And she looks down at the little girl. She gave us a name, what she heard on the lips of others. Who knows who they were? Who they worked for? Or what name they actually said.
Regardless, she must be cared for. We're not leaving
We
her
will-
here.
We're not that far from the Spokes. We will take her with us. Spokes is only less than 2 days away.
Callie will offer to wrap her, drape a blanket over her shoulders.
Yeah, and she accepts it. And Isadora nods to her, and she goes with you, Gally.
Yeah, and, and she'll have her ride with her.
Right, the music stopped. Okay, so you guys take the child. Everyone's very uneased with this. Not what they were expecting to see. This close to the Spokes especially. But then again, the war is raging around the Spokes and just north of the Spokes. So you guys are pretty close to where the war is raging at this point. So you guys travel for another day. And the Spokes is there. You arrive, it's the morning of the next day. And, you'll be able to arrive at Spokes by that evening. You got to change the clock so I can keep track of stuff. All right. I don't have a map for this one yet, so assume we're in the same. You guys are getting closer. You see the Spokes. You'll make it there by the evening. And as you're riding up the road, you see a rider appear up ahead. And you can definitely see it's a knight wearing the colors of the Spokes, flanked by 24 cavalry. They rein in a safe distance, and the knight calls out, "In the name of the Spokes in the kingdom of Castellamar, halt your advance!" And he delivers an ultimatum. "Turn back, or we will consider this an act of war. The Spokes will not fall as Evenfall did." And Isadora looks at you all, and she looks at him. "I know who that is." I will go alone, but if you want to come with me, go ahead. Just follow at a safer distance so they're not threatened. And she looks at Egharad. "Stay here with the rest." So she clampers up. I'm assuming you guys follow her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when she gets a little bit closer, she lowers her hood. And she speaks. "Sir Aldrich, you served my husband and the kingdom. You know me. I am not here to conquer. I am watching the castle pass to speak with Gideon. Please let us pass. You guys can see this knight. He lifts his visor. You can see look of stunned look on his face, and he gallops quickly forward towards you all, alone. And he rears his horse up, and he goes, Lady Isadora, you're alive. We thought you were taken prisoner or worse. As he looks back at the orc horde behind, and she looks up, she says, I was never a prisoner. These orcs are here with me by choice. We seek only passage. And you could see him struggle visibly. He's very uncomfortable sitting on his horse, looking at her, looking at them, and he looks at the rest of you all. He doesn't know you, but he knows of you. So he's especially with the wars been going on, he's heard of the unlikely heroes. He nods to you all in recognition. But he still looks very confused, and he's like, my lady, you march at the head of an orcish horde. How can anyone trust this? As he looks at all of you.
I think it might be wise for him to have a conversation with Agarod here. If you wish to have him see something different than what he does now.
He looks at you, speaking Beric, and he looks back at Lady Isadora. Who is this Agarod? He is my general, Sir Aldrich. If you will allow him to come up. Again, we are not looking for any kind of battle or confrontation. Just make sure your men know that you are safe and that there's nothing untoward happening here. He kind of looks warily again, but just trusting her and trusting you guys, he looks back to his men and he signals to them that everything's okay. And Isidore turns back and signals for Agarod to come up, and the orc warlord rides up on his horse. Again, very casual, holding the reins in one hand as he comes up. Aldrich stiffens visibly. And he looks at him, and Isadora looks at Agarod. Agarod, this is Sir Aldrich. He's a knight of the Spokes, under the command of my husband, Gideon. Gideon, this is Agarod.
Aldrich?
Chieftain of
Agarod?
Aldrich. Did I say what did I say?
You
Did I say
said
something
Gideon.
else?
This is not Gideon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh no, I said this is all. Did I say? I think I said this is Aldrich. He's a knight of the Spokes who serves my husband. Did I say Gideon?
You did say Gideon.
Okay. I meant Aldrich. Yes.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm playing like 3 characters here. All
I
at one
know. It's highly.
time.
I'm riveted. Let's go.
Yes. And she's like,
Just
"This is
remember that
an Aldrich."
Sir Aldrich is from Liechtenstein. That's the way you can remember.
Liechtenstein, right? This is Agarod, chieftain of the clan of Chainbreakers. And Agarod just kind of nods his head. It is a pleasure to meet you, Aldrich. Aldrich goes, likewise? I don't understand, Lady Isadora. What do you hope to accomplish here? And he looks back to you, Beric, as you suggested, Agarod coming up.
I'll be honest, Aldrich, we're still trying to figure out a little bit of this ourselves, but Lady Isadora has shown us that not all orcs deserve the perception that they receive.
And Negarad, after you say those words, the dwarf speaks true. Yes, we are followers of Leto. And while we know that name does not carry much trust with many, my tribe, the Chainbreakers, are not here to conquer. We are here to show you that we merely wish freedom for us, for all, and that there is a better way. And Sir Aldrich kind of looks around. The people will not welcome you, and I cannot guarantee their restraint. Anyone want to jump in?
Add anything you want to add to that, Callie?
Then who can? If it is not you. He is the one we need to speak to.
Well, one way or the other, if you're planning to go to Castle Pass, you'll have to pass through the spokes.
Wait, we have to pass through Castle Pass? Sorry.
Spokes.
Sorry. I just wanted to say pass twice.
You shall
You have to
not
pass
castle pass.
Through the spokes.
Uh,
Lord
Exactly.
Damien Hollister is on the battlefield with your husband, lady. His cousin, Sir Harlow, is in command of the spokes. And I can tell you that Harlow led many, many forces for many, many years against Orcish invaders. And of all knights, he will be the least trustworthy, least trusting of an Orcish horde passing through the spokes. All I can promise you is safe passage to the spokes. Once there, it will be up to Sir Harlow to decide.
we came across a sign of a small homestead that had been raised by some individuals saying they were heading for the spokes. Is there any information you can provide us on that?
I mean, unless some forces came from the south, we know no Cardian forces have passed us. The spokes has been the line. Nothing has come south of the spokes. The only other forces that have been south were the ones in Ice Hall that were destroyed when you were there. And he kind of nods towards Egharad, and any raving bands of orcs. Now, we do know there was a contingent of Riverland warriors, not knights, but normal townsfolk that did travel south to gather supplies. They passed through here about 2 days ago, returning back to the spokes. But these were normal people. Why would they burn down a homestead?
Why indeed? And she strokes the hair of the daughter. Who's here.
Yeah. And Sir Aldrich just notices the child, and you see his face kind of soft, and he's like, don't tell me this was... She's all that
The lone
remains.
survivor.
Yes, she was all that remained. We couldn't leave her.
He waves back, calls one of his lieutenants over, explains to them the situation. The lieutenant obviously stiffens as much as well, seeing Egorod and the other orcs in the back. And Aldrich gives him his orders and tells him that you can be passing. We're going to be traveling to the spokes. And the lieutenant follows his orders, but you can see a look on his face of disgust. Not happy about this at all. And Sir Aldrich is like, my own men, as you can see, are wary. But I will give you my word, we will get you to the spokes safely. Once there, you will have to speak to Sir Harlow and see if he will grant you passage further. Isadora looks at him. She's like, Sir Aldrich, that's all we can ask. And all I ask is to see my husband and speak to him. And he looks down and you see, he again, with all that's happening, the orcs, he just realizes her belly. He's like, my lady, you were child. And she nods. He shakes his head. The world has gone mad. Let us be off. And he looks back again, and Egorod, you're free to come, obviously, travel with them, but tell your men at least keep a few paces behind us. Keep a little bit of distance, please. Egorod nods. It will be done. And you guys set off towards the spokes. And perfect timing. We will end it here.
Awesome.
Fair. Three-way acting, Lunga. Love it. We're just supporting cast at this point.
Yeah.
Man.
Does she
Yeah,
have
yeah,
blonde hair, red hair, brunette hair?
Who?
This little girl.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah.
She's a ginger.
Cool. Yeah, you gave us a little girl to care for.
She's a ginger. Well, you said she. I didn't know. I'm like,
Yeah.
you should know Isadora has raven black hair.
Exactly. I'm not asking about Isadora.
But yeah, she has she's a ginger.
Perfect.
That's easy to make this. But let's end the stream. Thank you all for joining us again. And Irish, I did see you come in, but you left while we were on intermission. But thank you for popping in. Thank you all again. And until next time, so say we all.
Woo!